Good morning, everyone. Today is a very nice day, a beautiful day. This is the morning of a Saturday morning. So, I want to talk today about a subject that we call love, because the Buddha talks and teach a lot about life. The Buddha teach about the body and the mind. So, of course, the Buddha is probably or was one of the most understanding person when it comes to human psychology, because he understands the human mind, how the mind works, and that includes everything that goes on, in our everyday life, and love is included. So let's talk about love today, okay? Because just like I've mentioned before, once you understand what the Buddha teaching is all about, you should benefit right here and now, not next life. Okay, that's the purpose of the study. The benefit is right here and now. You're not waiting until next life, because you understand how the mind works. So what is love? Love, we can categorize it into probably three groups of love. When people are falling in love, what is it? What is love? The the first group, I would say, when people fall in love, let's say people see each other and then there's chemistry. That's what we call, you know in order to love someone, I mean, there has to be chemistry involved, right? Without chemistry, without that thing that kick in, you can't, you just don't have that love. So this first group of love, you know we can call it like a love at first sight or whatever, because it's the attractiveness of the opposite sex. When you see a person, oh, she very beautiful, she has all kinds of all the figures that you like, the shape, the form, the color, and everything. It's the same thing as the other, from the female point of view, looking at the male, the handsomeness, the smile, the look of the eyes, the nice hair, and or the nice the smile and laugh or whatever. So that is the first thing that normally most of the people attract to each other, through the senses of the eyes and the ears, and they just say, okay, that he or she is falling in love because of that. That kind of love, um, we would group it into one group that we can say we call it lust. Why is it that? Because this kind of love is just like at the outside, okay? Because you see the appearance of the person, the outside look, you know the everything about the person from the outside, and right away you hook up, right? And then one thing leads to another. You call yourself falling in love with that person, and you spend a certain amount of time with that person, and just based on that, based on the appearance, based on the look, based on the figures, based on the form. It has nothing to do with the personality or the inside of what the person thinks about anything else. It's just about the look, the appearance. this first group of love, we can say that it's not exactly falling in love. This is what we call falling in lust. Lust. It's lust. It's not love. See, just like the flowers that you're seeing right now, the red, beautiful flowers. You love this flower, but actually that is just the appearance, the outside. Okay, and in human, we say this is falling in lust, not in love. Okay, so when this group of love that we call the so-called love, it can last, from anywhere, a few days to few years, or up to having a couple of kids. This kind of love, because they keep liking the appearance outside, so they ignore, there's even though there's conflict inside when they talk about things they don't share or have common interest, but the outside appearance keep them together. Okay, that's this kind of love or lust can last for a while, but it doesn't last, very, very long. This kind of love usually end up in broken family, in breaking up, after a few weeks, a few months, a few years, or even having they can still, because when they really have strong hot desire toward each other and they ignore the inner conflicts, they can end up having some kids, but eventually, probably 5-10 years after marriage, they end up having divorce, because the inner conflict takes over after the lust, the love of the outside appearance wears down. Then the inner conflict come up, and they cannot stay together. It's this kind of love we can compare to like a brush fire. you know Brush fire can be a small brush fire that lasts only a few hours, a few days, or big brush fire that can last up to months. So it's the same thing. So that's the first group of love. The second group of love is a little bit more deeper. They love each other. Of course, they start with the outside appearance, chemistry again, you know. But then the second group of love, they look deeper about personality, about the well-being, about the taking care of each other, So the one person say, "Hey, I love him because he takes care of me." Okay, because he's such a nice person, he's a good person. He's good to my family. He's good to me. He's good to his friend. He's such a nice guy. He's a nice guy. Okay, or she's a nice guy, or she's a nice person. Okay, so this kind of love is a good love because it goes beyond the chemistry outside. Okay, it goes to the next level of not just the outside appearance. They look at the other person as the other person has good character, has good personality. He or she would say, he's a nice guy. He takes care uh, of me. He takes care of the family. He takes care, and he's a responsible person. So this kind of love is a good love, and this can last. Probably, yep, for a long time. This is not a brush fire love. This is a long-lasting love that can take you all the way to the end of life. Okay, but still, okay, if you look a little deeper into that, there is still in there the reason that you love that person is because that person is a nice person, because that person takes care of you, okay, and and he or she meet your need, meet our need, physically or mentally or financially, you know, because it's all about. Look at that bumblebee. That's a love right there. So anyway, and I think you can hear my little pug in the background. So that second part of love, okay, still involve the benefits of ourselves, of our, you know, there's a selfishness in it also, because if that person um, doesn't take care of you, or doesn't take care of the family, then then he's not a nice person. See, for us, we think that the reason that we love that person is because he or she is a nice person, responsible person, and he takes care of the family, he takes care of me and stuff like that. So I mean, but that is a I mean, that is a good love. Okay, don't get me wrong, that's a good love. That because the person, it is, you know on this earth, on this planet, if you find somebody like that, I mean, you are lucky, to find a companion who understand you, who takes care of you, take care of us, and then, you know that's what life is all about, living and taking care of each other. Okay, it's for the benefits of both. So that's the second group. And from the benefits of both, we can take to the next level of love, which is beyond the benefit of ourselves. Okay, so again, take the couple from the second group that we talk about. The true, actually, the best love is not to think about ourselves anymore. See, this kind of love is, you can say, like a parent parents love toward children is also included in this third group of love. Okay, you love that the other person just because you love that person. It has nothing to do that whether that person takes care of you or give you benefits or anything like that. You just love that person and you just care for that person. So that's just like parents love the kids. you know you don't you just love the kid, you just raise a kid, you want the kids to be happy, um, you know to grow up, have a good job, right, and be healthy and all that. And that's the kind of love that in the third group that we call, that has the word care in it, because in this kind of love you don't want anything back. Okay, that's the important part. It's all has to do with just give. You all you all there is to it is that what is it that you can do, that we can do, to make the other person happy, to make the other person grow healthy, happy, and live and have a good life. That kind of love is the highest level of love, because you we don't want anything back, no matter what that person is. And this also works in the couple, in the family. Just imagine husband and wife. Okay, with the third kind of love, If you truly love the husband or the wife, okay, we would give the husband and wife the freedom of choosing what his or her passion is. We will not control the other person. We would search to understand the other person's passion. Okay, honey, what is it that you like? What is it that you love to do? Or what is it that you have in mind? Or what is your goal, and things like that. And we would do whatever we can to make your spouse, to make our spouse achieve that goal, achieve the what he or she is looking for, whether in a career or in spiritual achievement or in whatever. You help that other person find what he or she is looking for. It's the same thing as you help your children, want to help the children to achieve or to find what he or she is looking for in his or her career, in his life. So in other words, you're not controlling, but but if you, as a person who care for the other one, for your spouse or for your children, you see that the happiness or the goal that your spouse or the children is going after is not a good happiness. Let's say the children is doing drugs or things like that, right? Now, from most of the parents, they would get mad and get angry and control and do all the controlling stuff, and you would have a fight, with your children or with your spouse. But with care, with the loving care, the person would say, okay, honey, or to your spouse or to your kids, okay, honey, this is what I think. Okay, you think that by doing that, you think it brings you, happiness, it brings you success, it brings you fortune or whatever. But from my perspective, I see it wrong. Okay, so you have to voice your opinion, okay, because you care. You have to, but without anger, without controlling, because you care. You say, honey, what I'm seeing, what you're doing is wrong. Okay, if you walk that path, this could happen. Okay, and you lay down the possible result, the possible effect of the action that your spouse or your kids decide or will decide to do, and you lay it down and let them know that because I love you, because I care for you, and when I see things that you do that can result in harmful way to you yourself or to others, that is not the right way. Okay, but you are a person. Okay, I have no control over you. That is your decision, but I'm just letting you know, if you walk down that path, this is the result that you will run into. Okay, the decision is yours. I will not stop you if you still go there, but do not say or do not come back and say, I did not warn you ahead of time. I love you too much to be angry with you. I care for you too much, to hate you. But it hurts me to see you go down that way. But if you still want to pursue down that path, I'm not gonna stop you. But I'm just warning you ahead of time, and I will sit back, hold back my tears, knowing that you're going down the wrong path. But I cannot stop you because I cannot be with you 24/7. You make your own decision. I will always support you. I will always care for you. But if this is the path you decide to go, which I don't agree with, which I think is the wrong way, that you will do harm to yourself or do harm to others, I do not support that. Now with that, you make your own decision. If you decide to do that and bad karma returns back to you, you know that that is the result of your own karma and no one else. So accept it. Okay, if you choose to go down that path, that's your decision, that's your own karma. And when the result come back, you end up in the hospital bed, you end up with a broken leg, you end up in jail. Accept it, because that's what you choose. And then just let go, because that's how it is. You cannot be with the other person 24/7. We cannot. We can only support. We can only care and love. See, this is the third kind of love. That is the highest kind of love. Once the other person understands you, that you are always there, you always accept the other person no matter what, good or bad. Okay, go ahead if you don't believe me. But if once you wake up, that you know that I always care for you, always love you, and you come back. But right now the decision is yours. Now this third kind of love is the highest level of love. See, we as parent or as spouse, we are not controlling the other side. We help them, we always support them, we always, tell them what is good or what is bad, and you always want to help them to be. The ultimate goal for us for life is, when we love about someone, we want to see that person, being happy and healthy. That is it, happiness, right? But that's why, just like the Dalai Lama said, life, the meaning of life is happiness. But to achieve that happiness, that is the difficult part. How do you go about in life to achieve that happiness? Watch yourself. If you go down the wrong path to achieve happiness, then the action will come back, the result of the karma will come back sooner or later. Okay, so this third kind of love, you have an open heart, you have an understanding, and you always care about the other person. And the love, that kind of love, you're not expecting anything back, because you just want to give. You just want to give the person the freedom to do what they think makes them happy. See, the freedom for them to achieve their happiness through their own way. The only thing that you look for is, you keep in mind whether the person go down the right way, go or the wrong way. If you see the person go the wrong way, you can always, put in your 2 cents without control, without anger, because that is the only way that you can talk to your spouse or to your kids. With anger, with controlling, the other side will not hear you. No matter how good your suggestion, how good your advice is, they will not hear you. They will block you out, because they sense the anger, the hatred. That is not the right thing to do. In order for us to convey a message to the other side, we have to convey in a loving kindness heart. You cannot use anger or control to convey a message. It just doesn't work with human don't accept that, cannot accept that. Only with love, with care, that the other person, the other side can hear you. So that's it. Love, lust, life. Okay. If you guys have any comment, feel free to leave a comments below, and I will get back to you. So right now, have a beautiful day. All right. Talk to you later.